Hey, it's Donnie Smith. We're back with another video to show you how to prepare and get this fender primer sealed. What primer sealer is, it's for hiding, so that it helps hide what's underneath so you can't see multiple colors. It helps with adhesion, several different reasons. But we're going to apply some primer sealer. We're going to tack it, wipe it down with wax grease remover, tack it, apply the primer sealer, and give you the steps to do that. First, I'd like to mention our sponsor, collisionblast.com. You can go there and sign up for their newsletter for free. Anyway, we're going to have Jacob show you the first step.
First, we're going to use wax and grease remover to get all the contaminants off. Next, we're going to use a tack cloth, and what this does, it gets the dirt or lint off of it. So what we're going to do, we're going to open it up. Now you just want to roll it into a ball. Just use the weight of the tack cloth, you don't want to press down too hard. Now we're going to go over the metal areas with the self-etch primer.
Okay, now we're going to shoot the primer sealer, and this primer requires one full wet coat. That just means a real good coat, and what that does is for color hiding, so everything's one uniform color. You won't have the light and dark spots when you go to painting. And you also, when you're selecting your primer sealer, you want to use one that's close to the color you're going to be painting. We're going to be painting these a black, so we have a dark gray. That's the darkest sealer that we have. The type that we're using. And when beginning to spray, overlap's important, so you want to start with half of your overlap off the panel and half on, so that some of the overspray is landing off the panel. So when I start, I'm going to start right here, and then when I end, you won't have the spray going off the panel. So you always want to start with half on, half off, and then each overlap, you want it to overlap 50%. Solvent paints. So I'll shoot a coat, overlap that coat 50%, come back. And when learning how to paint, 8 to 12 inches is a pretty safe distance to learn. You have more room for error. If you hesitate for a moment or something like that, it's not going to immediately run on you. As you become more experienced at painting, and the more you paint, you may find it better, more comfortable to get a little bit closer. But you've got to remember, if you're closer, you're going to have to move faster. If you're further away, you're going to have to move slower. So that's just something that you'll kind of have to adjust. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and shoot a full wet coat on this fender of primer sealer, and then we'll show you how to do that. First, I'm going to get all my edges, then I'll come back and do the main portion of this.